Trying to get more interest though.
Grey hair?
Stop.
I'm not seeing that.
No. Oh no. That's not even grey, that is white. That's horrible.
Wow. Stress.
I don't stress me. Oh, stop lying to me.
It's not enough.
That's just like dyeing my hair, man.
YouTube! Wagwan, it's Damien the Barber, back again with another video. Today we've got the freehand afro shaping with a 0.5 drop fade on the back and sides. Start off by combing out the hair, checking for any growth patterns, making sure the hair is nice and even. Going in first of all with the Wall Senior Cordless, and I'm just shaping the hair on the top of the head into the microphone, is what some people like to call it. A nice circular even surface. Constantly combing the hair out because afro hair is really curly and tight, likes to spring back down. This particular client's hair is of a mixed texture, but it's more on the afro side. So I'm constantly combing the hair out and I'm carving or creating the shape that I'm looking for on the top of the head. This would also be achievable with a guard. The length I was looking for was probably higher than the highest number, which is an 8 that I have in the Wall guard system. It's only a 4 on my Andis guard system, so when I'm usually going for the classic afro shape, which is what I'm creating here, I like to do it freehand, using the freehand afro carving technique. I like using the Wall for this. It's got some really nice ergonomics, really nice to hold, and the weight, it's a really nice weight as well, really quality clipper. I've got the taper lever closed to do this as well. So now I've achieved the shape on top, moving down to the back and sides. I've now using the Andis Cordless Master. I've got the taper lever open and I'm now creating my first guideline, trimming the hair further down to a 0.5. I'm now using a smaller comb just to comb out the hairs around the bottom of the back and sides and the neck. So going in now with the 1.5 open, and I'm now creating my second guideline. Usually at this point I'm not trying to create any harsh guidelines. I'm blending the back and sides into the top of the head, maintaining the afro shape that I've created on the top. now using the 0 guard, and I'll be blending in the 0.5 that I done at the beginning into the 1.5 that I just used. I'm also using this, as you can see, to go in the back and sides of the afro shape of the actual hair on top. So I'm actually not putting a lot of pressure on, just using it more to thin out the hair to help the transition of the blend on the back and sides. Also using the comb to pull any hairs out, make sure that it's nice and even. His hair on this side of his head, his natural hair grows backwards, so it's important to make sure you're going against the grain when blending to try and get your blend to look even all the way around. The blending technique is, I suppose, it's not just a straightforward process. There's a lot of angle changing and changing the direction of the clipper, combing the hair down, trying to work out its natural flow, its natural growth flow. I'm now using the Andis clipper comb. This is great for pulling out the hairs on the back and side to help me perfect the transition of the blend from the back and sides into the top of the head. Because the teeth are really long on this comb, I can really get in to the root of the hair, pulling it out as I cut and shape the hair into the top. So at this point, I like to go back into the top of the head after I've done the back and sides, give it a comb out to make sure everything is out because it's had a bit of time to settle, and then I'll come back in with my wall senior just to even everything off and shape everything up. Again, going back to the freehand afro technique where I'm just carving the circular shape, the afro, the classic afro shape into the top of the head. So now back onto the back and sides. Now I've reshaped the top of the hair, just doing some detailing. Now it's time for the shape up. Coming in with my Barber Supermotor trimmer. Just shaping the back and neck, keeping it as natural as possible. Really like the thin blade on this, this trimmer. Also good to help me do a little bit of point cutting into the fade, and also to do a little bit of shaping as well on the afro. So now on to shaping the hairline. So I like to comb down the baby hairs before I go in and do my shape up. When you're dealing with a lot of hair on top, I like to have just a little bit of hair on the hairline to create the shape. I like to keep hairlines as natural as possible. So I'll go over the sides of the shape up. I'll go in later on with some enhancements just to make those pop, make them stand out. This area right here, I like to not try and go in too much. I'm combing hair out as much as possible to try and keep his hairline nice and natural. I also like to use the mirror when doing shape ups just to help and make sure, double check my measurements on the hairline are straight. I've actually slowed down the video to show the fade motion, the action work on the taper lever when blending the back of the neck. Now it's onto the styling, so I'm using some curl activator just to wake up the natural curl in his hair. He's got nice mixed textured hair, and then using a sponge to create the nice rough tight curls on the top of the hair. Now just going back in and combing down the back and sides of the hair just to make that fade pop. Now it's time to go in with the scissors and do some more detailing and making sure that blend is going into the top nicely. Also combing down the hairline, using the scissors to just perfect it. It's a lot easier to go in with the scissors. You can get more precise with the scissors. So now I'm just going to enhance his hairline. Then I'm using this hairspray is amazing. This is the Got To Be by Schwarzkopf. Very, very good hairspray. Don't think you can get any hairspray as strong as this stuff. Really good stuff. Holds it in place for quite a while. Then using the dryer to dry the hairspray. Then I'm going back in with my Babyliss just to sharpen up those lines. I'm now using some Red One shaving gel before I go in with my Kai Captain razor to make sure those lines are super sharp. Really like this razor holder as I can use normal blades, measured blades in there. You can also use the Kai Captain blades, which are very, very good as well. Always very important to stretch the skin when using a razor, just to make sure that the razor doesn't bounce on the skin and cause any cuts or abrasions. Using shaving gel everywhere to help the blade glide across the skin. Now onto shaping the eyebrows. Again, keeping it as natural as possible. I really like to shape eyebrows with the razor blade. Gives me that precision that I need. And remember, eyebrows are brothers on men, not twins. Yes, there you have it. Confidence restored. Damien the Barber. I hope this video helped. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.